finger? Hell yeah.
Class is in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC guy, and Trade Fly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Piper Academy. I'm Army Piper, and I'm broadcasting live from Houston, filling in today. Guys, we've got a lot going on. $68,000 Bitcoin. We've got $4,000 Ethereum. We've got job numbers coming out, higher unemployment, all that, plus Blockchain Crusader today on Piper's Academy. Classes in session. Good morning. Welcome to Piper Academy. I am Army Piper, back here co-hosting today with OC Guy, co-hosting with AlexO Crypto. And dude, thank you so much for everything that you've done supporting the show this week while I've been gone. I appreciate you down here in Houston taking care of the family business. But guys, we've got a lot of stuff to go through today. We're going to be looking at the charts. We're going to be looking at news. But without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring up my co-host and our special guest today, guys. Let's hit it.
What
Crusader,
up?
AlexO, OC, what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, boys? We rocking, we rolling.
We rocking, we rolling, we pumping, baby. Let's go.
This thing's pumping, bro.
It is. It is absolutely rocking right now. I'm sitting here looking at Ethereum, like tapping on 4K, which makes me very happy because you know I got a big ETH bag, and I know Crypto Keeper over there, Crusader, where you're at in your crypto wars world. Keeper has got to be partying right now with ETH tapping on 4K's door. So,
Oh yeah, he's definitely happy about that, but he doesn't forget about that ETH he lost. Every time you fade Bitcoin, bro, don't fade Bitcoin.
Well, you know, you make trades. I'm just saying, you got to pay the piper, if you will. Yeah, we're looking at that. We had some data come in today, though. So let's go ahead. Let's jump over to the news and let's talk about this data real fast because we had some news come in today that everyone needs to know about. Let me fix my categories here because right now I got it all messed up. My mobile system, not as good as my studio. I'm just going to put that out there. There we go. And save and go. There we go. Guys, we're looking here at Fed Williams' speech today. So another Fed Reserve guy going to be talking there today. Non-farm payrolls came in. And that actually came in at 275K. Previously, it was at 229K. The consensus and forecast was that it was going to be low. It actually came in high. So non-farm payrolls, this is wage growth, right? Up significantly from what they thought it would be coming in this month. And as AlexO Crypto said earlier, and he's shaking his head right now, he said, that's sus. And he is not wrong. It is very suspect. Another thing, too, on top of that, so we got wage growth coming in. They're going, hey, wages are going up, right, guys? Look, you're making more money. And then the unemployment rate comes in and breaks up 0.2% higher, which means we have a higher unemployment rate now. That's knocking on the forward door also, just like Ethereum, but we don't want that to happen. But risk on, risk off environments for investors, what happens when you get unemployment rates coming up? That means that the Fed has really got to pump the brakes in their world of higher for longer, okay? So that is why you're seeing everything just rally off today. If anyone's wondering why are the markets popping off, it's because a lot of people lost their jobs. And that is just the sad truth and reality of how it works. If nobody had lost their jobs, markets would pull back today because it means that they can go higher longer, right? If you're not impacting the job force, the labor force. But because they didn't come in great, then we get risk on triggering. So there's also another thing also that I wanted to bring up, and I think OC has got that on a X marks the spot, but they actually did some revising. We'll talk about that in a second also. But let's look at the important thing today, guys. Crypto bubbles. Bubbles are important, right? You got Floki up 71.5%. I told you I got a whole new different setup here than what I have at the studio, and it's not the same for me. Rune 22.8%, Pepe up 30.8%. Let's go look at the market cap. Let's do this here, and I want to click this, and we'll put it on the past hour just to show you what's going on here in the past hour. Bitcoin up 1.2, Ethereum up 0.2%. These things all were down, and they turned around and pumped hard, like literally in the last 30 minutes to an hour. So when that data came out, look at the liquidations for the day, guys. 24-hour liquidations. 69,786 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $184.3 million. Ethereum was the largest liquidation trade. It was Ethereum versus USDT on Binance. Got hit for a cool 4.72 million. So that is what we are looking at there on liquidations, the crypto bubbles, and the economic calendar. Let's go ahead and kick it back over to the quad cam and OC. You have that X marks the spot, correct?
Absolutely, it's ready to go.
Yeah, go over to OC's chart and let's take a look here, because this was a revision. Guys, they do these revisions all the time from previous. And we're just going to keep talking as ZTS gets the camera set up there. But the previous numbers that came out in the months before, they go in and they do this thing where they revise numbers, right? Not exactly ideal, but it is what it is, and it kind of gives them the ability to go look to good numbers, and then they come back later and go, oh, they were kind of bad numbers. Really quietly, really sneaky. That's what this is. So go ahead and take a look at that there. It says breaking U.S. economy, adding 275,000 jobs in February, above the expectation of 198. Go to down below, and it shows a revision there, I believe, in the comments.
Let's take a look at that.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. What's that one say? Read that off to us, OC. What we got there?
Perfect. The market's reaction to this so far has been sending stocks higher. This is largely due to the jump in the unemployment rate and large downwards revisions. The labor market are really as strong as it seems. That was that Kobayashi asking. Follow us on the Kobayashi letter. And we have here another post. Yep.
Yeah, there was a comment that I saw where someone said that they revised last month's numbers, and they were actually worse than what they were before. So yeah, it's sneaky. Right there it is. Right there. Go back up. Go. No, you're going too far, bro. You can't read that fast. I know you can't. I can't. Right there. And they revised January, and there you go. Right there. Yeah. I had to have OC pull up Twitter because I couldn't get mine to log in for me. It was horrible. Yeah, what's that say there? They revised January's numbers.
Perfect. I'll come there it goes. And they revised January down from 353K to 229K. They'll pull out any F numbers in the first print that they want. Then they revise it quietly behind the scenes. I mean, this is something that we've been seeing all across the world, but especially, I mean, remember the U.S. economy is the biggest one so far and the most important in the crypto space. It is not a strong number. It's a fraudulent one. That's what he's saying.
Absolutely.
Reading.
Yeah, let's go back to quad cam and Alex. I'm going to let you take the lead since I've got such small stuff here, but. I think at this point, we can just discuss. What do you guys think about these numbers? Like, is it fair that they can come back and change numbers later on and just be like, I know you guys made all of your decisions based on these numbers, but we put numbers out before we actually have a true tally, and then we come back when we get the third tally, because there's like three settings, right? There's tally 1 is not releasable; it's internal. The tally 2 is releasable, and the tally 3 is releasable, but they don't put out any of the humbug about it. Like, there is no regalia that they put out on those numbers. Like, just very quietly slide these back in, and they're never ever as good as what they said the previous month. What are your thoughts on all of this?
Well, definitely, like it's pretty obvious that they do what they please, right? And I think that's a big reason why we're in Bitcoin. It's because it's pretty transparent and we want to be self-sovereign, right? So I mean, looking at stuff like this is just another, another manipulated, whatever you want to call it, kind of data thing where they're for me, they're setting up for election. They have much bigger plans than we are really, us plebs see, right? So for me, it's very much like, okay, here's some numbers, guys, do with this what you want, but they have grander intentions down the road. And I'm not like getting my tinfoil hat on. This has just obviously been proven over the years.
Save that for OC. Save that for OC.
Yeah. I'm just very aware of what they're trying to do, right? So for me, it's like protecting myself. And what do we do to protect ourselves? We go into Bitcoin, we go into self-sovereignty, we be our own banks. This is why we're here, right? Is to really create that life of freedom, right? Like, I think a lot of people, know that I'm just becoming a dad. I'm like, how am I going to have, savings for my child and all these kind of things 30, 40 years from now? Like, what is my plan? Because the dollar doesn't seem like it's going to be a great idea, right? So I don't know. What do you think about that, Crusader? I know you're a father.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree.
You'll like it.
That's right, Piper. That's right. That's the problem, man. How do you plan for the future of your children when you don't know anything that's actually happening, right? The numbers are always full of fugazi, right? They're never true. You have a leader of the world that's just babbling, doesn't know where he's at, what he's talking about, what he's doing, right? And why would you believe any of the numbers that come out? They've told us in the last bear market, even bull market, right? In the last 4 years, has been a great point in history to point at and say, this is why Bitcoin exists. This is why people believe in crypto and not what the dollar or what the government is doing, because it's all been lies for 4 years. And it's been a great awakening, right? We talk about a great transfer of wealth, but it's also been a great awakening that, hey, the future isn't so certain with the dollar. You need a backup plan. You need something that can outpace this inflation. You need something that can beat whatever your financial advisor is giving you, that little measly 8% or whatever, if you're lucky. You need something that's better than that. And there are some options out here that are better than that. And that's why we're here.
Yeah. That's the one.
It's so
in
true. In this case, guys, I will now be the shielder of the government. I believe so. So let's just take a minute here. Yeah, because I don't know if you. Just talking a little bit on my personal life. I have a parent. Hopefully, you do, guys, also. But my dad used to be, or is the former water supply engineer of the state. So he was in charge of handling all of the macro buildings or facilities, so on and so forth, and also presenting those numbers to the public, right? So I can see from both perspectives. I'm not saying it's right. I actually believe it's wrong what they're doing, but we need to start looking for a way to do it. There is a why this thing happens, and that is because there's so many moving parts around. But we need to start thinking as a moving clock, as a private company. But again, we need to be careful not just to privatize everything, because that might go the other way around. Although their revisions are good because new data is coming in every single day and they have a deadline, and none of the deadlines are met. I believe that just like they presented on the same day, they should have a second revision publicly and go out and make it as important as it is the first one. So, I do see the balance between those, but I also want to point out that, there is a why, there is a reason for it. But I believe they're doing it shady and then taking advantage of that shadiness. As somebody told me, right, back in the day, don't do good things that look like wrong things, right? I don't know how to translate it, but kind of like that is the way to go. On my perspective, I don't think that is cool. They should fix it, but also I understand the revisions.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the revisions. I just there's nothing wrong with new data coming to the market, right? When we're out here, we're talking about crypto, we're talking about people, price prediction this, price prediction that. It's like, hey, new data comes to light, and you got to change with that data. But you got to be transparent about that data, right? Yeah. And give it importance, not just whisper, oh, by the way, guys,
yeah,
right? And everybody's making financial decisions based off this data, and then you're like, well, the data was wrong, and I'm not really going to tell you that we're wrong about it. But I agree with you, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's definitely shady, bro. It's definitely shady. Alex, you want to take us into some crypto, bro? What are these charts doing, man?
Oh man, let's take a look. Bitcoin's pumping, baby. Let's go. 68,700. We're trying to spread the FOMO. This is the FOMO show.
You
No,
are
I'm joking.
driving me crazy, Alex. I need to tell you. This guy
Coming
up
up
here,
to a
no,
key
not
level.
Piper, Alex. He's being like pushing because he knows I'm out of most of my cryptocurrencies.
We know OC's in dollars, and you might want to consider swapping up. You can see you're getting a beautiful trend line here, 68,420, a special number for all you guys there. But you can see it's pushing up here. And what do we notice about we get data like this? Okay, and this is terrible to see. But going over, I always talk to people. First thing you got to understand is you take a look at the dollar. What's the dollar doing today? What's the dollar been doing for the last couple of days? And it's been dumping, right? It's been dumping. Now, on the grander scheme of things, this 100 psychological level on the dollar is where we are targeting. We had the perfect idea of where to sell. So this would mean that we're pumping in the market. So we've identified where we were going to stop pumping here and push down. And that allows us to know when we're going to go up, right? Because it's an inverse correlation with risk on assets, right? So first it was like, okay, the dollar's broken this key neckline here, and we're going down. So that's bullish, right? That's bullish. And you can see that on the ES across the board here that we have been pumping. Now we go over to what we do, and that's we analyze crypto, right? So for us, it's understanding where we're at, what we're looking for, and I've been talking to my community and telling them, it's very simple. Like we get a very aggressive swing failure pattern that creates a bearish divergence, and then we trickle down. But we need to take out these lows down here, right? So it's very much we are here. We are continuing to be bullish. There's this pennant is breaking out to the upside, so we're looking for that measure move. That measure move is about 72,000. This is from Blood's show last night. So I was saying 72. Some people are saying 76. You know what? At this point, we're gonna find out once we break clearly decisiveness of that 69,000, which we are tapping on right now, by the way. That once we break this, we are going to see some real price discovery. It's kind of like Bitcoin's going to put its money where its mouth is, and we're going to find out what people truly believe what this asset is worth, right? And we break all-time highs. What is it? I heard 18 days until we double price. 18 days. Guys, we could be looking.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm just trying to say, if you want some FOMO, 18 days we double in price after we break all-time highs. That's a fact, right? So if you want to go on history, it tends to rhyme. We could be looking at a much higher Bitcoin price even before the halving. So this is pretty wild, man. We have a little bit of resistance here. However, I am really looking for that swing failure blow off top. Until I get a very clear topping, I'm not looking for more downside. I'm just pressing the buy button, baby, and making that bank. So that's what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Eric Wallen. Eric Wallen dropped a $10 super chat and said, "We are blessed to have so much talent and knowledge available to us." Shout out to you, bro. Love the alumni. Eric Wallen, very, very long time member here from day one with us. So,
and guys, just to whisper about something, ETH is at $3,986. We're almost at 4K, guys. Holy smokes, man! This is looking pretty juicy. So
it is looking great. Let's go over. OC, you want to pull up some charts and show what you're looking here, and then Miguel Crusader, let me know what you would like to see on charts, and we're going to ask you what you're bullish on. So just go ahead and have that thought in your head. We'll come back around to you.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Absolutely. Hopefully you guys are hungry because there you go, the Mexican spaghetti. And as usually, it's a little messy. But let's take a look at what I've been looking at here. I know. Love it. Thanks for that, Zach. I just want to point out how I've been keeping track of the major movements here. And also I'm seeing another pattern. This is what is leading me to get out most of my cryptocurrencies because I believe, or I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback on Bitcoin, or at least a movement that might be taking back some retracement to altcoins, and then having the chance to rebuy or to enter back again with trading positions on altcoins, right? Just so you know, I'm 70% out on cash for my trading positions on altcoins. I keep holding my Bitcoin, I keep holding my Ethereum, and I keep holding my hodl bags on cryptocurrency, right? So let's get started with this section. Remember A, B, going back down, and then we have the bull flag here, right? We are repeating the same pattern here. A, B, well, then we have the ETF approved, going back to have that retest on the dynamic reactor, and then we made a movement to the upside. We have the first bullish flag already breaking through, and then we completely demolish it and almost demarking out of this section. But let me show you something that have been happening over and over, which is the several tries at the resistance. Let me go back here on the 4 hour. We're going to be seeing it much better, much easier here. Let me do also a little bit of a room, and you'll see my threshold areas here, something at 69,082, and the other one at 65,263. All right, those are my alerts. As you can see, we're going back up at this area, almost there, hitting it. And once we hit it, I wanted to see if we're flipping down or flipping up. Right now, we're flipping up. So I believe that we're going to keep going up, maybe going for a possible low or early flip of the ribbon, making a bearish divergence, making it a higher high, and then consolidating for a couple of movements like we have had, like here, higher high, retracement, right? And we can see that all over the chart, especially back in here when we start moving quite highly. Look at that. We have, well, it wasn't quietly a higher high, but we have that retracement with that double top, and we can keep going backwards and see that same pattern over and over if if TradingView decides to work on me. All right, perfect. So that is exactly what I'm trying to do, and this is the exact part that I'm talking about. Here we go. We have a higher high and then going back down for a big retest, or at least that same 50% retracement that we have seen. So far, that's what I'm preparing. Again, it doesn't matter what I think, guys. It does matter how I react to the markets. And that's why I could be having maybe or preparing for a bearish scenario, a bullish scenario. But once my thresholds get hit, I'm going to be taking action on hard data, not on my thoughts. So that's what I got on Bitcoin. I want to throw it back to you guys. And up next, I have Root and Pepe, if you guys want to see it.
Awesome. No, thank you so much, OC. That's great. I got a question for Crusader. If we want to go over to my chart, maybe he can take a look. But we got this chicken guy, man. And I see you talking about this chicken quite a lot, my friend. So I want to know what your thoughts on this Inu, COQ Inu coin. We can say cock Inu, can't we? Oh, I just said it. Sorry.
We're getting demonetized now.
Oh no, I'm sorry. So Crusader, what is your thoughts? I mean, this is crazy, man. Look at this thing, man. It's not flaccid. We'll put it that way.
It's rising hard and quick, and that's what happens in the morning sometimes. Right, but what I gotta tell you, man, it's had a massive, U-shaped recovery. We're hitting new all-time highs. It's the biggest memeable coin that I think of. I don't think there's been a better meme, right? Bonk, Doge, Shiba, yeah, they're cool. They're OGs, right? The dogs thing, but this thing, bro, the memes on crypto Twitter about this thing, it is astronomically hilarious. I don't think there's any meme coin that's more memeable than this right now. And it's on AVAX. It's a lower exposed blockchain to meme coins and just in general. I think this thing could, right? I've been saying it multiple times. I'm saying I'm not shilling anything, right? I'm not paid by these people. I'm just letting you know. I think that of all the meme coins that have hit $1 billion market cap, I think this thing has the potential. It has the meme, it has the community, very strong community. They're getting their own subnet on AVAX. They're doing AVAX announced that they will be investing into these meme coins, and this one being the largest one on their ecosystem, I think is definitely going to be very bullish for the technology. They're building a bunch of dApps, dude. They've done like a hackathons that are based solely on building on this meme coin, which is, if you guys don't know what a hackathon is, it's basically a bunch of college kids not sleeping for 72 hours, developing stuff and competing to see who wins. And they're basically been developing on this meme coin on AVAX. So they're building a lot of dApps, they're building a lot of things. They're I think they're a very strong community and very explosive. And I think, they just haven't gotten centralized listings yet, right? They're not on the big exchanges yet. But with enough little organization between the big exchanges, we all know they want volume. We all know that they want, those trading fees. I think there's only a matter of time before they start listing this thing and this thing takes off.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I always try to jump into your videos when I get a chance, man. And I've seen you've been covering this, and I knew you'd have some knowledge for the community here. I mean, what's better? And like you said, like I'm a former construction guy, man, and something like this is viral. You know what I mean? Like that would not, that would just be constant, right? And we love our ladies in the space, and we desperately need them. But we know that this is like 90% men-driven crypto space, YouTube space, and like we're lucky as content creators to have like that 10% of ladies that watch us. Like from my analytics, I think we can all agree on that. Where we're lucky to have people like Alexander G. I have Jeanette and I have Melissa, but like we know you because there's all these other degens out there who are men, right? So this really like. Not sexist at all. Just it pertains to that kind of mindset and that
everybody loves
jokering of the boys, right?
Everybody loves some chicken, bro. Everybody loves some
right?
chicken, right? So it's a good
we
meal.
We all love our chicken.
Fucking fried chicken. Why not, bro? Let's go.
It is funny how this conversation is going to, because today is 8th of March. Today is International Day of the Women. And by the way, we are there, yeah. So, I mean, I just want to throw out there that we acknowledge you, girls, and also we are very, very aware of the importance that you bring to the crypto space. Hopefully, you do have that same course that we've been seeing throughout these days, the adoption on the women's side. I mean, I believe that equality is, sorry, I don't know how to say that word. It is very important, because we need to acknowledge that men and women, we are different, but we are complementary, right? So, I mean, as we've been seeing in this community, we all help each other, and that is a key factor on our community.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we all like making money in crypto. So, hey, speaking of the chicken,
yes.
Speaking of the chicken, Crypto Pollo gifted 5 Piper Academy memberships. So
and they
shout out to Crypto Pollo for that.
The people who picked up
you got them.
is my boy French Toaster, Dirty Dave Digital, Rusty Wrench Boy, Simron, Broco Shino Dinero, and Drew.
Nice. Congrats to you guys. Welcome to the alumni. That is awesome, man. So, and guys,
so Crusader,
that's the voice of my conscience.
If you guys haven't checked the description below, go down there and check the description. I've got the TikTok, the YouTube, the Instagram, the Twitter, everything down there for Blockchain Crusader. So go give him a follow, man. Awesome show today. What you got, Alex? What you got?
I'm looking at Bitcoin on the 15-second. It's Friday, baby. I was just gonna ask Crusader, what projects are you looking at? I knew that was one of them, so I wanted to ask you that. But obviously, you're the guest here. What are you looking at? What is on your radar? Let us know.
That's a good question. I mean, I've been looking at a lot of different things. I've talked about being very bullish on the BRC20, just the Bitcoin ecosystem in general, right? Most people are priced out of Bitcoin, but one thing that a lot of people are not focusing on, DeFi is coming to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's building an ecosystem when Bitcoin has never had an ecosystem in its history. It's just been Bitcoin, right? I know Stacks was around the last bull market, but Stacks didn't really have anything to do. They were just launching all these like little city coins here and there because they had nothing else to do. But now with Bitcoin building an ecosystem, getting DeFi, I think a lot of cryptos in that ecosystem are going to be very, very bullish. One that I've been looking at is called ODS Swap. They're basically the Uniswap of Bitcoin, right? So you can trade. It's a DEX. You can trade all BRC20 tokens, or at least the ones that they've been listing, and it's been a growing list. It's had a pretty decent pump in the recent past. I was talking about it when I was under like 9 cents. I think it popped off to like 30 cents, and now it pulled back to like 24 or 23, whatever it is.
Nice.
That's one that I'm looking at, right? And I'm looking for these like pillars that existed in the Ethereum ecosystem, right? Like DEXs are always important, right? Things that do borrowing and lending, right? DeFi plays are another ones that are going to be building stuff. So there's still some that are very new. I'm not going to even talk about it because I don't know what the market cap are on them, but there are coming out competitors, right, on Bitcoin that are trying to be the Aave, the Comp, right? These pillars that worked on Ethereum but on the Bitcoin ecosystem. So ODS
Absolutely.
is definitely one that I've been looking at. Stacks obviously is probably going to do very well. Layer 2 is pretty much the Matic for Bitcoin, just how Matic is for Ethereum. Another one that I've been looking at has been decentralized science, right? AXGT. That thing has ripped, rocked, and rolled. Like that thing has just gone parabolic. They were the entire talk on ETH Denver. I think they're getting a partnership, or they announced some type of partnership with NVIDIA. They are basically decentralized science. They're funding all these science projects with their token, and they're doing a lot of great things. It's just been a parabolic rise. That thing was launched at like 3 mil market cap after their pre-sale, and they freaking just went astronomical to like 70, 80 mil market cap in a couple of days, and then ranged there for like 12 days, and then it just blasted off to like 400 mil market cap. I think now it's sitting back around 300.
Yeah, for the record, I love my Stacks bag, just so you know. Oh God, I love my Stacks bag.
Stacks has 6x since November, right? So like it's
and I got into it in October, November. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, lots of things are popping off, man. I know a lot of people are very FOMOing on like the AI narrative, and the AI narrative is going to continue doing well. But I tell people, like you guys said, broaden your horizons. There's a lot of other cryptos out there. Don't be chasing these massive pumps, bro. Don't be chasing things that are already up 300, 400%. There's a lot of opportunities in crypto. In the market, the bull market is still early. There's a lot of opportunities.
I think that's important. Yeah, it's important to understand that too. It's like chasing price is one thing I always talk about with my community as well. It's like even with this Bitcoin pump, like a lot of people are looking to get in, right? They're, oh my God, we're at 68.5 now, right? Let's get in. No, well, the opportunity was below, right? And we try to set ourselves up for success right now. It's a mindset thing, right? With investing, it's like we want to buy when there's blood in the streets, when it's red. That is like we gotta, like I always talk about, it's Boxing Day, baby. Let's go, right? And that's the fire sale, right? And those are the opportunities, right? And it's not to be chasing. If you chase Pepe at the top right now, it just corrected itself 8%. You're wrecked, right? Yeah. So it's understanding that. Now, I asked my community yesterday, if you had to pick one ecosystem, would it be GameFi, AI, or meme coins?
Ooh, to do what? To like make the most money, to get the most wrecked, to what?
To make the most money, man.
I call AI. I think AI is undeniably going to be the narrative for the next year through 2025.
AI is definitely very, very strong narrative. I agree. But there's also had massive pumps already. Their biggest projects now there's all types of AI coins. Everybody's throwing in the buzzword AI into any token.
I was gonna change my channel name to AI AlexO Crypto, and we're gonna go to.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna get more views. You're gonna get more views for sure.
All I have to do is the robot.
The more AIs you have in your name, the more FOMO you're gonna create, buddy.
Yeah, man. So I think AI is going to do very well. I agree with Piper on that. I mean, I think crypto gaming is still very underrated, right? The games usually still kind of really suck, but the time will come, right? They are building a lot of stuff. I am very bullish on AVAX crypto gaming because of their subnet technology. They're a lot more scalable and allow you to create whole games, right? They have like Shrapnel, which is basically like a remake of Call of Duty, right? Obviously not with the same high intense graphics that they have right now, but they're getting there. Right? They're creating better games, and we're seeing a lot of these games being released by big publishers. What they're called, like Orange? Is it called Orange? Or is it Origins or EA? A lot of EA games are coming out because of that are crypto games, and they're partnering up with these things. So I think that crypto gaming is still very underrated. The crypto gaming industry is a massive industry that is worth billions and billions of dollars. It's not definitely ain't going anywhere, and it probably won't destroy the world like AI will. So I think it's pretty good. I think crypto gaming is good, right? And meme coins, right? Meme coins are always going to be around. They're always going to, but that's the gamble, bro. That's the casino right there, right? You're going in there, you're rolling dice.
Yeah, you're not playing use case. You're playing this is a fuzzy puppy and it's going to the moon, man.
100%, dude.
But I mean, the adoption that the industry receives from these meme coins, like it's insane. Like my boss in Australia, the only thing he had was sheep. And then he just messaged me 2 days ago. He's like, sheep to the moon. And I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, buy some damn Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, man. They get a lot of people in, but then they also get a lot of people that have a mass exodus, right, when it comes to crashing down. Because Bitcoins are the first things to melt. The minute Bitcoin has a retracement, the meme coins are gone, right? There ain't no meme coin rally as Bitcoin is retracing. The people get pretty wrecked on those things, and like I always tell people, right? There's tons of money to be making the meme coin, but just understand you're not investing when you're in the meme coins. You're not an investor. You're at the casino. You're gambling. You're gambling. And that's okay. It's okay to gamble. Just don't think that you're an investor because you're in the meme coins.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Crusader. So recently, TikTok, you broke, I believe it's 24,000 subscribers. Is that followers?
This morning. You've been doing your research, man. That was this morning. Yeah.
Hey, bro, I got the team, man. I got the dream team over here. Don't you know? Quest Crypto keeping me spun up on the backside, man. So listen, check it out. I want to know like marketing because everyone knows you from Crypto Wars, and they you're sitting next to Keeper, right, and doing all that stuff, watching DJs do forced trades in the middle of the day when it's the worst time to trade, But you are doing an amazing job of branding who is Crusader, right? And especially outside of the YouTube space. Like, what's your secret? Like what's your sauce, man? What's your special sauce that got that move going for you?
Yeah, man, that's one of my goals this bull market, right, is to really make a name for myself as well, right? Like I'm all for Crypto Wars and what we're doing over there, but growing my own socials and doing my own thing. I started doing my own YouTube thing as well. I think it's important. The sauce is just, you just got to be relatable. You can't be straight up shilling people like, hey, go buy this coin. You got to give people information, but information in a way that is digestible, right? In a way that is you got to talk to them like they're normies, right? They're normies entering the space. They don't know what we know. We've been here forever. We talk to each other, and the normies, you can see them glaze over, right? They have no idea what we're talking about, and it just goes over their head. So a lot of the content I make, right, it's like I'm at the gym, my gym partner walks up to me and he's like, hey, Crusader, what's going on with this, right? So it's a question that the community probably already has that I've seen in my lives, that I've seen in my comments, and then I'm answering that question for them in a very simple, relatable way, right? Obviously, I like to hate on XRP. That's always good engagement farming, right, for TikTok, but it's just being relatable and like giving them information, because you got to give them value. It's not just, hey, look, Bitcoin's up. Okay, cool. What am I going to do with that, right? I'm priced out of Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin's ecosystem exists. Oh, what's an ecosystem, right? But you don't want to be lecturing them like it's you're a college class, because then they're gonna be like, swipe, right? The attention span's too short on TikTok. So you got to make it fun, engaging, like you're just a regular dude, and you give them straight information, short period of time, and they can, actionable information, something that they can do with, that they can understand and just do it with. And I think that is what really relates and people like.
Awesome. Well, you definitely broke the algorithm there, man. You're rocking. So congrats to you, man. Shout out to you. If you guys don't follow Crusader, you need to go follow him. So Let's get into some TA, Alex. I want to show some Ethereum. I'm watching Ethereum. I see something on ETH.
What are you seeing, man? I love ETH.
So I love me some ETH. So I'm sitting here watching it. You know, we're right now we're hitting like 39.76, 39.80. We keep bouncing up. We keep wicking down. I'm looking at a 4-hour chart here. Just for those that are wondering. And right now we're sitting below the 786 here. As a matter of fact, let me go in here and make this a little bit bigger number so that you guys can see them. Let's make them like a 20. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, we're sitting right below this 786, guys. And the 786 is coming in at $4,014 right now. I'm watching for us to get above that. But one thing that I do want to point out that I've noticed here is that we have broken this gold trade band. This gold trade band is from the predictive ranges from chart prime indicators. And typically, once we break that, it is assumed that we will go to the delta median and potentially up to the top of the gold trade band there. We normally trade within that pocket right there in the predictive ranges. So if we are able to get above the 786, our next assumed target is going to automatically be 4284. We might as well call it 4300, round it off, or we can push it to 4275 because you've got some early outs, front runners there, right? But when I go over to the Wallen chart 2.0, which is for Ethereum, shout out to Eric Wallen, guys, we got a thing going on here. If we go off of the candle closes on the tops and bottoms like we do on the Bitcoin chart for this, looking at Fibonacci channels, we have broken here up above this red line, which is going to be coming in. That is going to be your 236 there. You can see previous resistance there, nice bounces. The sequencing is right on this ratio. And if we look at where we are right now, we have gotten a weekly candle. These are weekly candles here, guys. We did get a close above that 236, just like we did on Bitcoin, getting up above its line that we showed you guys. I believe it's the golden pocket that we are back in over there. We got above that, and now we have pushed up above that horizontal platinum pocket there. If this plays out, this is looking at like 42.19. So we have several things right now telling us that at our current levels, a continuation of pushing pressure, of buying pressure, heading to a $4,200, $4,300 Ethereum fairly quickly. And I just wanted to point that out. If we look at the 4-hour and take a look at the oscillators, this bunch of white dots I just put all over my screen there, we can see here that we're starting to get a flip up, and that ribbon on the Oscillator Pro is starting to turn green. And we still have a long way on the RSI that this can be moving up. So things are looking pretty bullish right now for Ethereum. I'm looking at a $4,200 to $4,300 target on this. So there you go. That's what I got. That's what I got for ETH, man. I just wanted to
I like it. I like it. Now, Ethereum is going to be melting faces, in my opinion, pretty soon because we have that Dencun upgrade, right? Because what's the biggest problem with Ethereum? It's too expensive, right? No one new can get into the ecosystem, right? So nobody can afford to participate in the ecosystem that's new. Who's going to go on and pay $100, $200 in gas fees on some sort of picture that they want to double? It's got to triple in order for you to make any money. You know what I mean? So people are going to Solana. People are going elsewhere, right? Once that changes, Ethereum is trusted. Let's not forget that. Ethereum is trusted and it's used by masses, right? Like, if anything, it's at the price that it is right now because of how well it's trusted, right? So not only do you have that upgrade that's going to bring in new people because of the use case and the cost, but then you have this ETF that's looming, right? You have that ETF that's going to be, everybody's saying May or whatever. It's inevitable. Full stop. Right. So when it comes, right? And what's going to happen in the price? A lot of people are saying 12K Ethereum. Like I'm probably adding another 10K to that if it has that mass adoption, right? Yes, people are going elsewhere, but it's also good to see that, you know, people are adapting and they're looking elsewhere too, like Solana and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we know big business, they're going to trust this Ethereum kind of scaling, right? Scaling solutions for their business. So I think Ethereum.
But I have a question for you, Alex. I mean, sorry, keep going after you finish up. And
No.
not
Ask
only for
away.
you, Alex. I mean, I want to ask Crusader and Piper their opinion because I learned something a long time ago, and that's actually to believe on Ethereum, and I grabbed that from this guy right here. So at some point, I believe that this guy passing you over, right? Who we talking about?
Who?
At some point, I actually called Piper and ETH maximalist, but he has been proven me wrong. Although he moved very quick with the data, and that's something that I really admire of Piper. But let me ask you this question: who would have bought an orange digital thing that is not physical and is even expensier than $1? I mean, what kind of impact would that have? What is it giving you? Only the promise for another coin? What can you buy with it? And still, we are somewhere
What?
close around 70K couple of years after that, right? And I believe
Remember,
that it is yep, go ahead.
remember, there was a time when people said no one's going to buy digital music because they want to own a CD. So
Yeah.
Exactly. So I do agree with your point on adoption, right? But also, how, I mean, can we buy a coffee with Bitcoin still? Not really, right? And the same thing, I believe it's going to happen with Ethereum. It is not what it's capable of doing now. We know there's some sharp corners that we need to round up, but also, I mean, it has been proving their effectiveness throughout the time, right? And that's why we have these upcoming new coins that will give that added support to it. Like Crusader was saying, Bitcoin was by itself till now, right? And we have these new other kind of like a group things that are getting back with to Bitcoin to create one conversion ecosystem. So I believe the same thing is going to be happening with Ethereum. I'm actually looking at a possible fake out of Ethereum detaching from the crypto market, right? And then when it comes to reversal, it's going to come hard, just like Bitcoin did, but it's going to hold above a certain threshold of price. And that is because of the potential and the time proval or time proof that Ethereum has been proving to do, and also how everything is compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? You don't compare Solana. Well, only when it crashes, right? How many things it crashes though?
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, that's what I believe that we might be having right now. But I would love to hear Crusader. Do you have some? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Piper, what do you think? Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I can go first on that. That's fine. Yeah, Ethereum. I'm very bullish on Ethereum long term. Right, I threw a comment in the chat. I was like, ETH is for the elites, right? It's the gas fee problem is always going to be a problem, no matter how many upgrades they have. It's one of those things that they can't undo due to the fact the way how it was built. They're trying to rebuild a building while people are still living in it, and continuously, those people are also building.
Are we okay?
Yeah, we're back. We're
Nope.
good.
Yes, we're back.
Can you guys hear me?
We're back.
All right, cool. I can't hear Piper.
you were talking about ETH is for elites. So
Oh yeah, ETH is for elites, right? I say that jokingly because I do believe that they're going to take over and they're going to institutionalize Ethereum, just how they institutionalize the Bitcoin now, and it's going to be huge for Ethereum. And the gas fee problem is never going to be solved. It's a problem that's it was just built into Ethereum that way. The level of adoption that it's gotten wasn't imagined when it was first created, and it's hard to imagine or build something to be that scalable that quick in such early days of the blockchain technology. So, long story short, here, it's not really much of a problem. It's also kind of a feature of Ethereum. When too much is happening on Ethereum, right, you have to cut off the excess, right? You have to cut off the extra layer of fat that doesn't belong there. And that is done through the gas fees, right? When there's too many meme coins, too many trash being built on the ecosystem and congesting up the ecosystem from other things that have higher value, you are penalized with high gas fees. And eventually developers and those communities have to cool off and they have to go somewhere else, right? And cool off and make sure that Ethereum is only building on things that are actually sustainable in the long term. So I hate the gas fees. I hate paying them, which is why I try to stay away from ETH meme coins. But it also helps Ethereum from not crashing, right? Why did Solana crash? Why did I'm very bullish on AVAX, but AVAX recently had an outage too because they had this new standard of the ERC 404 tokens. People were building a ton of them on AVAX, and AVAX blockchain got congested and couldn't handle it. So when you don't have high gas fees to penalize all the craziness on a blockchain, then things get out of control.
I do like that.
Bitcoin's
I do
capping
like that a lot.
69K right now, just so you guys are tracking.
Yeah, we hitting it. We hitting it. It's
Uh-oh,
crazy. Bitcoin's
almost
flying.
big.
Live again.
But I think that's a good point, Crusader. Like I like of the elites, but like when you look at Ethereum as okay, it's expensive, but it does wean out the degens. It does wean out a lot of the okay, everybody can participate, right? And it also like if you compare it to like even retail or something, like you go and you buy a Rolex versus a cheap watch at the dollar store, they do the same thing, right? They do the same thing. However, you have a resale value on a Rolex. You have a quality stamp on a Rolex, right? So it's that too. And like when I look at some people who are not completely in the crypto space, like Tom Bilyeu, who's building his Kaizen network on Ethereum as well. So it's like who's going to be able to control? How are they going to be able to hold people accountable? And that's with money. It's always going to be with money, right? It's like the pay to play, right? And I think that's a very important thing to note is that you're paying for quote unquote quality, right? Like I'll go and buy a good pair of jeans because I know they'll last me a long time and they won't rip, right? It's that same kind of the same kind of thing, right? And it's branding as well. So I think you hit a good point there of Ethereum having that kind of narrative along with it, which can be positive, right? Yeah, it keeps degens out and stuff like that, which we want everybody to participate, but it also keeps a lot of BS out of the network, which I think is a great point. What do you think, Piper?
Let me throw a... Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, OC. Go ahead.
Let me throw a bump in here. There is, for me, and this is a personal title, there is a fodder flow on Ethereum, which is a combination of two things. Proof of stake and not decentralized. So those combined, for me, that is a ticking bomb. And at some point, it will need to be addressed. But yeah, just throwing it back to you, Piper.
Yeah, I think just segue in here to a question that someone asked about ETH. Ben Redden said, what if ETH fees don't get better? What then? I think that everyone has the expectation right now that ETH is doing upgrades, right? And the entire goal is to make it easier, faster, cheaper, right? The sharding, the Duncan upgrade. There's all kinds of phases, right? The surge, the verge, the deluge, whatever. I don't know what all the names are. But I think that at the end of it, right now, everyone's got the excuse. Well, they're still upgrading. They have big plans, right? I think eventually if the prices don't come down on things, gas fees don't come down on things that should put gas fees lower, then they'll have an issue. But for right now, I mean, there's a lot of development team going into work here. I think there's a lot of institutions that are eyeballing Ethereum, especially with the ETF coming. And then on top of that, it was first in. First player always gets that ownership, right? But what else has never gone down? That would be the Cardano token, Cardano network. And we have a video premiering right after this in about 6 minutes of Crux's curriculum breaking down Cardano network and Cardano ecosystem. So stay tuned. Watch that video.
That's going to be fire, yeah. ADA gang, man. I love my ADA.
Yeah, I got a fat bag of ADA. But I do want to address that comment about it never going down, making it so, I get it, but Cardano doesn't have anywhere near the demand for ETH as either, right? Like the TVL, the level of demand being built on it is what causes these gas fee problems. And obviously Cardano was built also in mind, already knowing that the gas fee problem existed with the level of demand, right? When Ethereum was built, they could not foresee the level of demand and problems scaling. Right? That's why we get all these blockchains now, even outside of Cardano, faster, cheaper, more scalable, more transactions per second, right? Because they've already foreseen what the previous generations have created and how to fix those problems, and the technology has advanced. So I I don't buy into the narrative of there being an Ethereum killer. I'm super bullish on ADA. I think ADA is going to do great, amazing things, break new all-time highs, all this. But I don't I don't agree with the whole, oh, this one is better than Ethereum. They all serve different purposes, and they've all been.
Oh yeah. I love the ETH network. I love the ETH system. I used to be an ETH maxi. Now I'm like an ETH semi-maxi. Something interesting on ADA that ADA Ace, one of our members in the alumni, talked to us about the other day, is if you actually go look at the TVL,
you know what I mean?
Thank you very much, Zach. If you go and look at the TVL and you look at it versus ADA, not the US dollar, they've actually had astronomical TVL growth of tokens going in and locking up in the ADA network because of all of their little sub-token community. Yeah. So they actually have pretty high TVL when you look at it from that perspective versus the other tokens.
And the best thing about
something
ADA, oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good, bro.
Yeah, I love ADA staking because it's so liquid.
All right, Bitcoin 69, crossing
69, 125. Let's go.
Yeah, pull up AlexO Crypto's chart there, Zach. Let's show that chart to the peeps.
The roof.
There we go, guys.
The roof. Never mind selling, man. Get rid of that. Get that garbage out of here, man.
Get that sell out of here. I don't think you want to do that right now, bro.
Oh, man. We're looking for the blow off top and then the retest, right? So it's the blow off top, the comeback, grab all the liquidity, then the retest, right? That's what we're looking for. We're not looking to chase the price, guys. But
I told you last week, I said on Monday's thumbnail at the beginning of this week that we were looking at a 77K Bitcoin. So there we go. There we go.
So
I'm
let's
waiting
talk
for
about
my
this.
alarm to go off.
Let's talk about this, right? We mentioned earlier about the 18 days after the halving, right? Bitcoin kind of doubles up the last 3 out of 4 times. So where do you guys see Bitcoin going overall, right? I've been calling for 200K for a long time now. Where are you guys see Bitcoin going?
Crusader, what I'm hearing right now is you have not watched the 2025 Bitcoin prediction video that we all did.
No, I have not.
We had 235,000 was mine. AlexO Crypto's call was what, 202, 212? What was it, Alex? Guys, we have a new all-time high right now.
Let's go.
Whoa, let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We're going, man. We're pumping.
I think we need to party this thing out. Can you party? Can we party?
It's Friday,
Absolutely,
baby.
we can party this out. But I just wanted to say, AlexO earlier said we were hitting that 69 area, but I don't think that's how 69 works. Where are all my people? This was set up.
Put your people in, bro. Put your people in.
Let me get this going.
I party for you guys, don't worry.
Go OC. Go OC. Go OC. Go OC. Hey, go OC.
We got one. And we got 2.
Bitcoin all-time high, guys. Right here again. You got to watch it twice in the same week. Bitcoin all-time high, live on the air. Just saying. Oh, it's the captain of the ship, AlexO Crypto.
70K incoming.
$70K is coming. 68. 69.8.
This is the channel where we have hit all-time highs, all of the all-time highs recently, live.
You're muted there.
No audio.
It's because we're live, and everyone is like, let's do it while they're live because they party. That's why it happens. The more people that tune in and watch Piper Academy, the more likely we will continue to make all-time highs when we're live. You guys,
that's right.
People, man.
Piper Academy alumni, the new well in the town. Watch out.
All right. It is. It is time. It is time.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Crusader, you
Remember-
got everything for the people, bro.
I got this. Knowledge is profit, and use a stop loss.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, former Mexican spaghetti, yo. Crunch crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. Sound off. To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.